I can't. Let me make sure it's recording. I think it's recording.
I
Okay.
can't. I can't.
Put
Yeah.
this on
Hold
full
on, but
screen.
first of all, what do you think her name is? Like, if you just had to guess where her name is, just based on her picture, what's her name?
It's definitely named after a country. You know what I mean? Like maybe like Italia or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Her name is either Savannah or like Trisha.
Yo, she looks like a Trisha. You're right.
Doesn't she?
That's a Trisha. You're right. I agree
Yeah,
with that.
100%.
If her name's not Trisha,
100%.
that's freaking
Yeah, we
wild.
riot. We riot.
Yeah, we right. Yeah.
We're gonna boycott YouTube.
All right. Let's.
Post Star Squad has left the building.
Yeah. All right.
This is Monica.
Her name's
Oh, you
Monica.
already knew her name was
Her
Monica.
name was
Bro.
Monica.
Actually, previewed like the first half second. Okay,
That's freaking wild, bro. Oh my gosh, she looks exactly like a Monica too.
Yep. Now that you know, you can't unlearn it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had like childhood friends straight out telling me that I've lost my dignity as a woman.
Did you like choose this? Or did it just happen?
Why is it that John can sleep with other women?
How do you feel about that, Brian?
Here's my stance on it. Right.
Okay.
That's his business. That's her business.
Okay.
It ain't for me.
Too much drama? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. See, on paper, for the normal guy that's just like, oh, I can sleep with all the women. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Nah, let me stop. I wouldn't say that, but look, you got to think about it from this. Like, I'm 31. I've seen a lot of stuff. I think that it's a bad idea because when you get tired of one and they're getting on your nerves, that's 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
Yo.
What you got to deal with. Like, that's not smart. Like, it's just
The numbers don't add up.
you're
Okay.
asking and inviting more trouble than what you need. You can be absolutely happy solo dolo.
Okay.
What about you? How do you feel about that?
I mean I more or less agree, but I think what they're talking about is that it doesn't go anything like emotional or anything like that. It's just like
No, that's
one
that's
night.
what people say until people catch feelings.
You're right.
It matters.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's how I feel about it. Yeah, if you can 100% say that nobody will catch feelings, you might be safe, but
Mhm.
you cannot. You cannot. People
You can
try to
never
pretend
be-
like they-
You can never be sure. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody wants to be hard nosed. Oh, I'm gonna catch my feelings. I
Mhm.
just gonna get me some loose dick and I'm gonna be all right. No, you didn't catch feelings. And syphilis.
Oh, okay. The double threat. The double threat.
Yeah.
Oh, you love to see it.
Here's a little dress, and here's another dress that's shorter, and then I have this.
Yeah, let's go green today.
The green today?
That's gonna be the one.
So we're going green today, yay! So I like my husband to pick out my clothes because I like pleasing him, so I like to look hot for him. I feel
All right. Low self-esteem. So I don't know what happened in her life.
Yeah.
But you see how she can't like look directly at the camera while he's in the room?
Yeah.
That's trauma, dude. That's trauma. Like, all jokes aside, like,
She got.
it seems very victim-like. She doesn't seem
Yeah.
really happy. So if she was enjoying it, the enthusiasm would be different. She
Mhm.
would be like directly looking at the camera. She's not doing that.
Mhm.
a lot more confident when he picks out my clothes because then I know that I'm actually wearing
The
what he
smile is
likes.
fake.
Hey everyone, my name is Monica, and I live to please my husband John.
We have a traditional marriage, and I'm the man, and I make the rules around the house. We've been together 6 years.
I don't understand. Like he's saying it's a traditional type marriage, right? But like she's saying that her complete purpose is to please her husband. That's
Yeah,
kind of
that ain't
crazy.
living.
That doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a tradition. That sounds like some crazy like control type stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
That's not happiness. Imagine
Yeah.
living in your only goal is to keep one person happy.
Look-
That's not communal. That doesn't benefit society.
Yeah.
That doesn't benefit you. That's you just pleasing one person. That is not fulfilling your destiny at all.
Like that sounds like the type of person that will put their husband over their children. You know what I mean? Like they don't
yeah,
care.
like bathwater.
Yeah. Yeah. They
That's
don't.
Not, that's not healthy.
You gotta value your children over your husband. And like if you're
Yeah.
saying that you're living to please your husband, that's not gonna
Yeah.
work out. Especially if you're trying to have a family. So
I don't know what the heck to wear, right? I like Monica to dress feminine, but nice.
I enjoy being a traditional housewife because that's my love language. I love to make people I love feel good. It's not like I'm a hopeless little girl. It's not about that. It's just he's assertive and I like that in a man.
He's assertive. He's laying in bed, not using his legs. That ain't assertive. That's passive.
Can we talk about how big his forehead is, though? That
That's
thing
what-
extends
that's what-
all
I
the way
think that's
back to
what's
Mars,
triggering.
bro.
Yeah, I think that's what's triggering the whole thing. Like, he probably got chicken legs.
Yeah.
Sure he does bench press. But bro, he probably goes work Esau.
Yeah. I didn't catch his name. I didn't catch his name,
We'll
but
call him Steve.
yeah, he looks like a Steve or an Ethan, bro. He does not.
Oh. Hey, man.
He does not look like alpha man type person. You know what I mean?
Like a small child.
For myself, I have certain rules where, keep him happy. So my mom, she taught me how to cook, how to clean, how to be a good wife, how to please my man, and she also told me be in good shape and look pretty because nobody wants a fat and ugly wife.
Jeez, pause it real quick.
Yeah, I was already there.
The childhood trauma that you were talking about, that's it right there.
That's trauma, dude. That's trauma.
It's definitely
Yeah.
the mom.
Yeah, it's traumatic. Nobody talks and behaves that way without
Yeah.
a backstory. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The first thing she said, like, she acted like it was so normal. Yeah, my mom told me, like, don't be fat. Nobody wants a fat person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not helping out the child at all. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. And it does, I'm not saying this is always the case, but it does
Mhm.
sound like maybe she was born in a country where they put those standards like higher than that of like self-worth and, doing your own thing and, going to college and
Yeah.
becoming your own woman. Like, I definitely detect a foreign accent.
Look, you even see on the like 90 Day Fiance, or like when you hear about people going outside the country to find women, a lot of the times it's so that they find women that are more submissive to what they want and like what they say. You know what I mean? Like so they can control them a little
Yeah.
bit more. Like if you go to America, you realize that people have rights. And I'm not knocking 90 Day Fiance. A lot of the stuff that's on that TV show is really funny, and like some of the people on there are really just looking for love. But like you can tell
Yeah.
the people that are on there just to control people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey babe,
Hey, babe.
what you want for breakfast today?
Would you mind making some pancakes?
Yeah, sure. Want some whipped cream with the pancakes?
Hell yeah. Let's make,
Why are they so loose? That's all I-
make some bacon too. Awesome. Thank you. Love you.
Pancakes were wet.
Yeah. Those things were
Well,
wet. She definitely don't know how. I mean, she looks like she knows a little thing or two about cooking, but nah, those were wet. I don't want wet.
In a Southern household.
Yeah, I don't want no wet bread. You know, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Not you. I try to make him happy the whole day, throughout the day, and he does the same for me. So, yeah, I would say 98% of my day evolves around my husband, which I love.
I take care of everything that has to do with finances, making sure the bills are paid on time. It feels pretty natural to make most of the decisions. I'm more of a bulls by the horn kind of guy, whereas Monica doesn't like conflict and stuff like that.
Why is it that John can sleep with other women?
Can we cut?
You notice how she doesn't have an instant response for it. Like if I have
Yeah, it
some
wasn't her choice.
Yeah, exactly. If I have some type of opinion, I like have an instant response when you're asking me why do you have that opinion, right? And like you were saying,
Yeah.
it probably wasn't her choice. Like she says, her whole life revolves around this one man. And if that person says, "Well, I'm gonna do this," from her infatuation with this person, it's not like she's gonna say no. You know, it's obviously he has some type of
Yeah.
control. You know, he knows that she doesn't have any self-esteem, or she doesn't have the type of confidence to be like, no, like I'm your wife. You know.
Yeah. Or like, because there are some women that like welcome it and like, and it's not like she was like, well, I decided, if that's what you want to do, or he presented it this way, and I was like, you know what, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That's not the reaction she gave. Like, it was not consensual. It
Yeah.
was, I guess I accept it.
Yeah, I'll accept it if I have to accept it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Just so then I don't have to worry.
First of all, it's a really small part of our relationship. Monica was cool with it, and I was cool with it, and I think it's
Of course
a
you were cool
luxury
with
I
it.
have that probably most guys watching this wish they had, just because of like genetic programming. If you look at all other mammals, how they do it, typically the alpha male gets to bang all the females.
Pause, dude. You're one dude in one household.
Yeah.
One guy in one household with a woman that says that they love being controlled.
Mm-hmm.
That's not alpha male behavior.
Sounds
That's
like
an
abusive.
unbalanced relationship
Yeah.
behavior. It's not the same. Just so
Yeah.
we're clear.
I like
Just so we're clear.
I like how whenever you see one of these videos of men having these extravagant lives, like having a bunch of money or having a bunch of women, they always like to say that they're alpha male. But most of the time, time you see these underlying reasons of why they have that stuff. Like they go after women that have no self-confidence, no whatsoever. You know what I mean? Or they make the money from illegal type stuff. It's like that doesn't make you an alpha male. That just makes you a regular, like not even a regular person, like less than a person. You know what I mean? It's kind of scummish.
And before people attack us because we've said a weak woman, that's not how we view women, period. Just so then we get that out the way.
Yeah.
I think it just makes for a much more relaxed relationship, because there's nothing in my life that I desire that I can't have, and I think that makes me a better husband.
He definitely seems like he has this, like, I don't know if it's narcissistic type attitude, but he has this whole power trip going on. Like, I can have whatever I want to have. You know what I mean? Like, he has this whole, because society has made women, money, and stuff so important. He's like, oh, I have a woman that lets me go be with other women. You know, I must be the top son of men. Like, there must be something special about me. Like, there really isn't nothing special about him. You know,
a God complex.
Yeah, exactly, God complex.
Yeah, and one other thing is, like, we didn't mention the fact that this chick has got, like, clearly obvious breast implants, clearly obvious, like, all these alterations. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure she did it voluntarily, but he probably influenced that. Like there's trauma and there's some backstory to this, and yeah, he's not an alpha male. He just happens to have been with a weaker individual. Give him a Shaniqua and let's see how this turns out.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine. Like, if you want to do a little implantation, whatever, do it. Do what you want. If that's your business, you know. If you want that, you want it. It's your body. Who cares, right? But if you're letting someone like this guy influence you from the outside, like, you need that, you know, I'm gonna go be with other women, you know, that look better than you. Like, it's just a whole emotional type abuse type of situation that you should get out of. So.
Yep, and you'll never be even emotionally. Never, ever.
Yeah.
No matter if you say, "Oh yeah, I'm submissive, but I just love doing this for him," you're never going to be in a position where you can tell him, "I got an idea," and then he considers it. Not never.
Mm-hmm.
It'll never happen.
I feel like as a female, I have a different view on sex than a male does. So for a guy, it's just a fun thing. I know in my heart that he loves me. He comes home to me. He takes really good care of me.
I can totally get that some people might think that there's an imbalance in power in our relationship.
I actually had like childhood friends.
If it wasn't a thing, you wouldn't mention it.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
exactly.
saying.
Exactly.
No one said it except for us because we're seeing this after the fact, but she never said that.
And also, like, this whole thing that he's talking about, you wouldn't be talking about it if you didn't want other people to try to glorify you. You know what I mean? Like, if you buy something expensive, right? The people who just buy it because they like it and they could care less what other people think about it, they don't talk about it. They just wear it. They just use it. They don't care what other people think. But the people who buy a Chanel or a Louis Vuitton bag and they post it all over their Instagram or post it on Twitter, it's just so that other people can take note of their social status, you know? And that's what this guy is, you know? If he truly was just being with other women just to be with them, he wouldn't talk about it, you know?
Yeah, he wouldn't have to.
He wouldn't talk about it. Exactly. But the first thing he says is, yeah, I'm an alpha male, man. I'm with 8 different women a week, man. Like,
that's not the case.
Yeah.
And you're in a position where your status with your woman is
Hmm.
allowing it to happen. It's not like he told society, "Hey, this is what I'm going to do. You guys are going to abide." No, this is the privacy of your
Yeah,
home.
yeah,
None of this affects us.
exactly.
Not an alpha male. You're a average man with a woman with a sub-average amount of confidence and strength. That's
Yeah,
what we have here. It's an imbalance.
exactly.
Good friends straight out telling me that I've lost my dignity as a woman and I also shouldn't have children because I would be a horrible mom because we do what we do. And then I've actually had people saying, "Oh my God, I love the openness."
I don't really have
Can
anything
you
to
pause
say
it real quick?
to disprove.
That man got a PS5. Should let
Yeah,
you
he
know.
got a PS5. You know she bought that for him. Um,
Well, he probably bought it for himself, but then she was like, "Oh, look what that guy does."
yeah,
But,
but I was gonna say, how do you feel about that? Like, if you see a friend in that type of situation, how would you approach them? Because the way that she's describing it, it makes it seem like they're all just like yelling at her, calling her stupid, like not really
yeah.
showing her support and probably just reminding her of the childhood trauma that she had. You know what I mean?
So you have to respect people's boundaries first and foremost, but at the same time, you still have to love them, and loving is caring, and caring is guiding when you can without being, you know, what's the word I'm looking for, like arrogant with it, or
Yeah,
like saying
yeah,
that what you're saying is more valuable than what they're feeling, because it has to make sense for them in order for them to make the changes. So I've been in that situation where someone wanted to do that, like between like their wife and husband,
hmm,
and I told them, I was like, "Yo, that's stupid," especially like
yeah. You're just
they
being
wanted to
real.
do it
Yeah,
with, yeah, yeah, with someone that they knew, um,
that's not
and I
gonna
was
turn
like,
out well. That's definitely gonna have
yeah,
emotions locked in with it. But
yeah, and especially the one had known the other for a long time, like they grew up together, so
hmm,
that's already awkward. And then party B, the husband, like had been around the person, long enough, so they were familiar with him. And I said, one, it shouldn't be with that person if you are going to do, which I don't recommend doing it at all.
hmm,
But I don't think you should do it, period, because there's no way it's going to turn out okay. Like one person is going to get maybe too much attention than the other person, and
yeah,
no
yeah,
one's ever truly going to be happy in the relationship, like at all. And then
yeah.
what if the male decides like, oh man, why am I putting up with female A when there's female C out here? Like it's just it's disturbing too many things
Hmm.
at once. Like you've got to factor in your emotions, and can you truly be so cold and distant with the emotions and the human side of things that you just go for the physical only? No way. I don't care who you are. You could be LeBron James. You could be anybody famous. Anybody who could have women throwing at them all the time. Um, you'll never ever be able to truly say I won't catch feelings for any person out there. Come on, anything's possible. You fell in love with your wife or your husband for a reason. There's
Hmm.
somebody out there that may be able to make you feel the exact same way. Um, it kind of goes to the soulmate thing. Like, do we have soulmates? I think so. But is there a potential to have been paired up with somebody else that may be similar enough to you or to the person that you fell in love with? Absolutely. You
Hmm.
can't say there's going to be no feelings at all. Like something physically attracted you to a person, and that physical thing creates emotions that you desire to be with that person. Like it's all balance. It's not just physical. It's impossible. It's
Yeah,
impossible.
yeah. I definitely agree with that. And like, if to me, if you're bragging about that type of stuff, that just shows me more about you. Like, it shows me that you have
Yeah,
something inside you that doesn't feel whole. You know what I mean? Like, if you
yeah,
feel like you need
exactly.
to brag about that type of stuff, it just shows me that you feel like you aren't at that level where you should be getting that type of stuff.
For the same reason, kind of like you said, people they get the Louis bag,
Hmm.
they get the Gucci. They've got to post it because they are looking for some kind of acceptance by society.
Yeah.
That like let's say if, for example, I get something nice, I might share it with people that I'm close to. Like I'll let you, Jordan, live, Tyler, know.
Yeah. Tell the close
And
friends.
yeah, that's in like a private message or like a group chat setting. I don't have to go to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter and go like, "Oh snap! Look what I just got!" Hashtag ball
Hmm.
on or nothing. No, no, you don't need to know me privately.
Yeah.
My business is my business. I share that with people that I care about. The world doesn't need to know. The world doesn't need to care what I'm doing because I don't care for the world to know.
Yeah, and the richest people don't show off their wealth. You wouldn't even know if
No.
they were rich. Like I was in New York
Exactly.
City.
Adam Sandler can buy my soul right now.
Yeah.
From God. And he dresses like a bum. I look like I make more money than Adam Sandler
Exactly.
wearing Under Armour, and this dude wears like
Big
clothes.
baggy jeans and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He looks kind of crazy. But I was in New York City. I was walking down the street. I saw a Lamborghini Urus. That crap's like
Mhm.
$300,000-$400,000.
Yeah.
Regular guy hopped out. He was in regular jeans. The
course.
the people at the Gucci store was holding the door for him. I was like, okay,
Yes.
you know, like they know. Oh yeah, that's Rick. He comes in here once a week. You know,
Yes.
they all look regular. You know.
Rick only pays with his Apple Card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lifestyle, whatever it is. I don't care about them at all.
So I'm just getting the house ready for my friends. They're coming over. I always tidy up at home and keep the house nice and clean so John is happy and content with the house.
All right, Greg. You're gonna go to the gym.
Jeez.
Hope the conversation goes well with your friends. I'll see you later.
They're 100% acting. This is completely staged. None of this seems natural. Like the way that he's talking to her, like I don't know how to explain it, but like when you're with someone, it doesn't seem scripted. Like
Yeah, it's
the way
like
that he
natural
did that,
chemistry. You know, like
Yeah.
I saw this one. Mac Miller once said, right? And I don't even know
love
why.
that
I
guy.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
yeah. R.I.P. He's a great guy.
Small moment. This is a side note, and just because I love music and talking about music so much, I slept on Mac Miller the entire time dude was alive.
Oh,
Like,
same.
dude, I was just like, oh, this is about to be an Eminem copycat. Gave him no light of day, didn't acknowledge his existence, and then like I think it might have been the Music Loud, or it might have been Donald Trump. One of those like really like hype songs ended up in my playlist. I was like, oh snap, this guy can spit.
Yeah,
And,
he's good.
It's a tragedy that I literally didn't give him the time of day because of his appearance.
Yeah, he's a great artist, bro. Same predicament as you. I never really checked him out until one day he just randomly showed up on my playlist. I'm like, yo, this song is amazing, bro. So I added a couple of songs. He's a really good artist. What I was gonna say is,
he was a great artist.
yeah. But what I was gonna say is that he was in this one video. I don't know what video it was, but he was sitting on a bench. And he was pointing at like an old couple. They weren't talking to each other. They were just like both reading their old books and stuff like that. He's like, I want to be like that old couple with my wife. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, he's like, that's real love. Just sit in silence and you don't have to force conversation. You already like you're sitting there. You're normal. You're just relaxing. You know, like real love. You don't have to force this. You don't have to like, oh hey honey, how's your day? You already know how each other are feeling, you know?
Yep.
And you guys have a natural way of conversating with each other. And you can tell that these people aren't natural.
Like, the way I see it is, I just feel like it's got to be disingenuous. Like, just the way that they interacted there, it didn't feel like, I don't know how to explain. Like, when he
It just didn't feel natural.
It felt like he had that line in his head and he was like, oh, I got to make sure I say this. You know, the camera's going to be there. He's acting as if the camera's there. Like, if there was a camera crew in my house, I'd probably like, yo, bro, the camera's here. Like, he's putting on a show. I'd be like, yo, yeah, you guys can film me, I guess, but like, I'd probably like mad quiet. You know, like, he came out like, I'm gonna go to work, go hang out with the friends. Like, it seemed like he practiced that in the room.
Yeah.
It came in. Like,
He practiced on a pillow. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like he was trying to force organic behavior, or what should be organic, and it wasn't.
She does have friends.
Oh, look, one got a wig.
What's going on with your marriage?
Well, you know, the whole traditional housewife kind of thing, and, you know.
You see her reaction in the back.
Is that part of the traditional?
You know, maybe not that part, but, you know, me being a housewife, we never really talked about it.
Yeah.
Bro, the girl, the black girl in the background looks like if the cameras weren't here, I would be saying a bunch of other stuff, you know? She's like, I wouldn't doubt
It's
if
trying
like,
to be tactful.
yeah. I wouldn't doubt if this was the first time they were invited over in months, you know? Like every time they call, she would probably was like, yeah, you know, I forgot what the guy's
really
name is.
tired.
Yeah, he's really tired. He doesn't want anyone over right now, you know, he has a long day at work. Like, oh, the cameras are coming. Invite your friends over. Make sure they're all looking nice and everything. Like, she looks like she's about to snap in the back.
And the fact that she keeps having to put a label on it, traditional housewife.
Mm-hmm.
No, it would just be, yeah, let me tell you how my day's been going. This is how everything's going with us. She's trying to put a label on it as if this is something normal.
Exactly. And like,
Like,
if that was me, like being her friend, bro, for me, I can't control my laughter. Like, if I'm gonna laugh about something, I'm gonna laugh. And if I was sitting there hearing her say that, I would feel bad, but I would bust out laughing.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you hit him with it. Hey, look, dog. Dude.
I had to excuse myself for a couple seconds. Cause what? Traditional? That's traditional? That's crazy.
I think that the era that we're in now, women are stronger than they've ever been. Like, powerful, wealthy, run the world, girls. Like that. Like, that's the era that we're in.
Yeah.
This is what you choose to be. Come on. Like, and it don't look good for her. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it ain't my household, it ain't my business. But yeah, she's losing out on opportunities to truly be herself. It's a wasted soul.
Yeah. And also, a lot of men don't even want what she is today.
No,
you know what I mean? A lot of men don't want that. Like, and a lot of if you're talking about the richer men, the people who have a lot of money, they don't want that. Like, if you watch these interviews online when they're talking to these females who are saying, well,
they want SM. They want to be submissive.
They're saying, well, I'll cook for you, I'll clean for you, I'll ask you how your day is, I'll be fun in bed, blah, 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 right? They all say the same thing, like, well, that doesn't do anything for me. I can pay someone to clean up. I can pay a maid to clean up. I can have casual things whenever I want to have them. Like, how is that different from what you're going to provide me? I don't need you then.
You need that strong personality of a person who knows who they are, that can bring something to you and not just be like, oh yeah, I'm just here to have sex with you. Like, no, for what? For what? We can self-please,
I mean, he's speaking fast.
Marriage is working.
Oh, she's already making faces.
I know that's great and all,
You saw that?
but, like,
You
what
saw
does
that?
he do?
The camera cut was perfect.
Yeah.
Car, manly things.
You saw the eyes right there? Oh my gosh. She's saying a lot of things.
Does that ever make you mad? Like, do you ever feel like it's not fair?
So I'm totally fine with being. I love being a housewife.
Don't you feel like
The way that she's speaking, like she's fidgeting with her hands, like
Yeah.
she's not like, sure, that's her. I'm telling you, man, abuse can be right in front of you. People just don't see it, that are not tuned in. Like, it's right in front of you.
Yeah, even
She
the
doesn't seem confident in what she's saying with people that she should be comfortable with. She seems uncomfortable.
even her tone of voice too. Like, she's like, "Oh yeah, I love to be a housewife." Like, that sounds sarcastic. If someone's not saying something with confidence, you shouldn't believe it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what
Exactly.
I
That
go
would
by.
be- She can't even sell it.
Yeah, she's not a
Right.
good liar.
These are your friends, and you can't even sell your friends on it.
Hmm.
Come on. You know their personalities, and you can't even say something to satisfy them. Eat dirt.
Honestly, it's probably not even her fault. She probably doesn't even have practice talking to a lot of people outside of her husband.
Probably
You
not.
know,
You're probably right.
you know.
That was mean of me to tell her to eat dirt. I'm forgetting this is the victim.
Yeah, you gotta take it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
way too much time doing some cooking and cleaning while you could just outsource it and follow your own passions?
No, I think it's my passion to take care of my husband.
Would he
You
cook you
think you
dinner
don't know.
if you were sick
No.
or pregnant?
I mean, if I was sick, yeah, but it will probably just work.
You notice how she asked if he was sick or pregnant, but then she's like, "Well, if I was sick, yeah." She didn't even say.
Yeah.
She didn't even say yes to the pregnant thing. What? Come on now. Dang.
That's not good.
That's not a good sign. If she was pregnant,
Like
you would be
one-
out of there, leaving at
I
3
like to
a.m.
order food.
Mhm.
Or did it just happen?
It just happened. I didn't choose this. This is what I like to do.
I just feel like you're such an alpha, though.
I'm definitely not an alpha at home.
Hey! So Monica tells us that you.
I think he's overcompensating heavily. He seems like one of those like nerd in high school, decided he wanted to be cool as an adult, became cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the vibes that I get from him. Like, it's as if he's trying too hard. Because like when you look at him when he's approaching these ladies, like he seems dorky. Like, hi
Hmm.
guys, like it's not natural. He doesn't seem comfortable.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He does have that type of stature about him. Like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm not supposed to be here.
yeah. I decided to get muscles so I can be cool.
Yo, I was thinking that. I wasn't gonna say it, but I was saying like
Yeah,
his body type doesn't match him at all. He does not look like he should have muscles at all. You know?
right.
Oh, that's funny.
You have a traditional relationship
That's correct.
and didn't realize that all the time she had to scurry away to make you dinner is like enforced.
Hey, I'm a growing boy. I'm feeling.
You're a Virgo, aren't you?
Oh no, not the signs. I'm sorry. I don't like her anymore. Not the freaking zodiac signs. Come on now.
Humans of Earth. You are who you are because you choose to be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a Leo
Mm-hmm.
because humans decided to tell me that that's my zodiac sign. But I am Brian because of the decision Brian makes as a full consenting, free will human being. You don't behave according to your sign.
Mm-hmm.
You behave according to what you've been shown and what you've decided is acceptable based on what you've seen in life and how you decide you want to treat people because of how you value them, not because of some star.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
I
get me started. Ted Virgo, aren't you? No, his name is Ted. He's a Ted.
Bundy.
Oh
Uh,
God. Yeah, Virgo, aren't you? Like that's, bro. It's one of. I don't want to get into it too much, but
Mhm.
it's one of the most annoying things.
Triggering,
As a fully
yeah.
functioning human being to just be like, oh yeah, Saturn said I'm gonna be a dick this month, so you just look out. It's not on purpose.
Yeah,
You're an adult, man. Make a decision.
yeah, I
Do
hate
right.
that. Oh, I'm a Virgo. That's why I'm so mean. What? What?
No.
It just sounds like mindless justification for stupid actions.
It
You
is.
know.
That explained it, and that's all we need to know. John's a Virgo.
When I first found out about John and Monica's relationship, I guess you could say I was a little bit thrown off because I feel like they come off as being pretty equal. But then when she just said that she was a traditional housewife, I I guess I just don't really know what that means.
Yeah, I was a little surprised because it just doesn't seem like her. She's such a
I think you're right about the different country because they all sound like they have accents. So I think this sounds like it's definitely not America. It's definitely a different country. Maybe the
Yeah.
UK or Europe or somewhere out there, but it's definitely not America.
And I didn't think she was actually serious.
I can see how people that don't know us might think, oh, that's not healthy or that's bad. But I think if you're a good person and you're with somebody that you really, really love and you're soulmates, it's a whole different thing. I love my marriage and I love him, and I don't feel like there's anything stopping us from living like this always.
So, final thoughts?
Final thoughts on this. She's a victim. A very low key victim. Like
Yeah.
our friends were like, you seem so strong minded though. I can't believe this is like how you live.
Mm-hmm.
Because in those moments when she's just with them, she probably is like herself.
Yeah.
She can't just be like herself when she's with him. And I think that he is overcompensating for something that he's missing, whether it's like love and
Physical.
affection from like it could be something physical or it could be love and affection that he missed as a kid from either one of his parents.
Mm-hmm.
He feels like he needs to be the important, dominant, like star of the movie of his own world. Like there's something definitely missing with him, and I think that's why he goes for that.
My thoughts on it, I was like, I feel like people forget that abuse can not only be physical, it can be emotional too. I think she had childhood trauma. From the first thing she's talking about is how her mom was like insulting her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think she had childhood trauma, and that guy saw that, and he used that to his advantage. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
that doesn't make him a good person. So,
Mm-mm. She's trying to put like an image out there for him that pleases him, give him a lifestyle that pleases him, and it's not in a way of like, I love him. He does this, this, and this for me. He's selfless in these ways, and therefore I want to be selfless with him because of this, because of how he treats me. That was never anything said. Like we didn't hear of, this is what he offers. This is what I love about him. It's just, this is what I want to give you.
Yeah, and
not for any reason, Like
yeah.
that ain't love.
And I wonder, like, if they ever have a family, like, especially if they ever had a
They
daughter,
shouldn't.
right? I mean, yeah, they definitely shouldn't. Like, they're the type of people that shouldn't procreate.
No,
But
not at all.
if they ever have a daughter, I wonder how that daughter's going to grow up, because I feel like this is the type of situation where either the daughter conforms to the way that the mom thinks, or the daughter's going to strongly resent the mom and everything that she does.
If they have a kid, which I pray to God that they
That they don't, yeah.
pray to God that they don't. What is he gonna teach his daughter? Like, what's gonna happen if his daughter meets a guy, and that guy's just like, you know what? I'm gonna sleep with 10 women, and I'm gonna bring back AIDS. What? He's gonna be mad, isn't he? Like, even if he's in the mindset that he's in right now, he's gonna be triggered. You don't want to kill the guy, He's gonna think that it's unfair for his daughter to be treated that way, but he's gonna do it to somebody else's daughter.
And also,
like,
that's in this type of situation, right? I'm not gonna say all men or anything like that, but I'm saying this is the type of situation when the guy should step in place and remind the person that those things aren't true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Exactly.
clearly this guy didn't do that. He did the exact opposite. And
yeah, he's like, yeah, you're right. You're doing it. Right.
Yeah, you're right. Like, da da da. Like, your mama's right. Blah 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 blah. Right. And that just confirmed her in her mind that not only her mom said that and thought that she was right, but also her husband, or I don't know if they're dating or husband. I think it's a husband. That her husband also thinks that the mom's right too. So she thinks, well, I can't be right if these two people who are really important to me say the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But hopefully they don't have kids.
Yeah, that's the number one takeaway.
Yeah. Some things don't deserve the most. That's the moral.
That is, yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be like judging on someone's lifestyle. Like, you do you. It's what bothers me about the situation is her lack of like
awareness,
consent. Yeah, like it's like, this is what I do because it's all about him, and not like, you know what? I like that he does this because I don't have to do blah 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 blah. There's no benefit aside from what she said, like, oh, it's just because I love him and it makes me feel good. No, it's not like there's no real benefit for her that she could sell me on. Yeah.
Well, that's the end of our first reaction video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment. Make sure you drop a subscription. Make sure you drop a like, and tell us what else you want. Tell us what else you want us reaction to.
Absolutely.
And with that, that's it.
Later.
Deuces.